This here is my 17 F-150. I am going to add front sensors, so this is going to be a full 360-degree kit so I can get front and rear protection when I'm parking this beast. I'll show you the back real quick. There you go. You can see you got some sensors right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. This truck has a terrific backup system. When you put into reverse, not only do you get the grid that shows you the color indicators of what's going on with the camera, but you also get this line right here, so when you turn the wheel like this, you can see what's going on. It turns so you get back right up for your trailer, or when you're trying to get in between two lines in the parking lot, something like that. And up here on the right, those up here will turn from red to yellow to stop. So I have the audible reverse sensors, which I'm going to add in the front, so that way I'm going to have another additional LCD that's going to show me how close I am to things in the parking lot, because that's really what happens when I get in a parking lot and they have like those big light fixtures with those poles. They scare the hell out of me. I'm going to bump into one. So this is the kit that I'm planning on using. It's just a regular old SPAL. It's a quad type of system. It has 4 sensors, and what's really neat about it is it's got a wireless LCD, which is the one I'm going to use up front in the cabin. So my plan is to replicate what I have in the back, just basically in the front. This here is one of the sensors, the little guys. I'm going to put those right down there in that front spoiler area. 1 there, 2 in the center, and 1 off to the left side, so I'll have full 180 protection on the front of the truck bumper. I'm going to start drilling out these holes, pulling down the dash, and getting ready to install the whole kit. Pull the main dash part down, and then I don't need to really unplug all this stuff, so I'm going to kind of like leave it chilling. I'm going to remove this knee bolster, excess power for my accessory and ground. Run a wire over there for my LCD, another one through the ground and through the firewall to my 4 sensors. Adjust them, and that's it. Finito. Now you can access your wiring for your power and ground. Actually, here's your ground right there. What I did now is just grab my accessory wire. So under this steering column, you can see a taped up harness, which I just took some of the tape off. And I already printed out a cheat sheet to let me know sometimes, just so I can verify it. Maybe I'm just getting lazy, my age, who the heck knows. But it does say white with an orange, so I'm just going to get in there and verify that that is the wire I need for my power for my kit. I'm just going to use my test light. I'm going for an ignition wire, so that way it doesn't, make that funny beeping noise when the key is on and off. Because an ignition will throw 12 volts, and then when it's cranking, it'll give you 12 volts. But an accessory wire, however, will go to ground and come back to 12 volts after the key is cranked. So, important distinction. But it could be the difference between you being annoyed by your new installation or not annoyed. So, my key is off, and I expect this wire to be in a ground position, so it should just be green at rest, which it is. Power on ignition, crank, and running. That's my wire. You don't necessarily need a test light like this, but these Macro Snap-on Power Probe test lights are really wonderful. Great tools for the job. A regular test light will do. I already have my ground here. If there's a factory ground, make use of it, because those are always some of the best grounds you can really get your hands on. So I'm going to put a fuse on here, run out my ground, twist those up, run one set out to my LED display, then another one out to my module, which I'm going to mount back here up by the firewall up in the corner, so there's a nice little area for it. I'm going to run out my 4 leads for my sensors, mount them up, loom them up, wire tie it all, and then just give it a test, and this kit will be done. We'll have a full 360-degree kit, and I can drive a lot safer tonight, so I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah. I decided on a spot to put my LCD. It shows right here, this little spot. This spot is so cool, because when you're sitting up in the truck, I mean, it's totally like out of the way, but it's totally within view. doesn't inhibit and block anything. It's just a useless little area where you put like nothing really anyway. So for me, perfect. Even has a little channel. You can run the wire right down through, under. So over here I'm just going to button up my connectors, close up the dash, and I'm going to go outside and do the 4 sensors. That is a nice little area. Nice. The wiring under the dash is done. I'll show you where I go for the grommet to run the module out and the 4 sensors under the hood. On these Fords, they give you a nice big old grommet. You look right there. That's it right there. So what I'm going to do with that, so if you notice I got this big old screwdriver right down here. Just take this big boy, pull a hole, punch it in from the outside in. Once you find it on the other side, just tape it, grab the wire, pull them through, put your 4 sensors. So I'm going to use this applied drill bit. Pay attention to the placement of your sensors in advance if you can. It'll save you a little trouble down the road, because some of these have this little flange, like this one here has, where this one here has this little angle deal, and that works to my advantage because my spoil is kind of on an angle in this position, so I can use that as a tool to keep mine more perpendicular and straight for the need of what I have. I want mine to be straight forward facing for the most part. And for aesthetics, I'm going to go, you know, perfectly centered above these second bolts, and I'm going to measure them inside there, so I'll have 2 spread out in the center. If you have to, you might have to deburr it a little bit. In this case, it's just this plastic stuff, just my nails. Get rid of any of these knots that you get sometimes. Murphy's got to get a piece, right? And keeping in mind of that little angle on the bottom of this sensor, I'm going to use that, put it on the bottom, insert it like so. Perfect. Last step before I connect my 4 sensors to the main module, just run up this harness. And on the end of these plugs there's letters which correspond and correlate to the location on the bumper, so it's important that you notate those on a piece of paper so that when you finish you know which goes to where. There it is, all done. Looks good to me. Pretty nice, right? Looks like it belongs in there. And that's the way all installs should look. You can't even tell if it's stock or not. That's the way it should be done. If you have any questions about getting one of these kits, like the spout kit that I'm using here on this truck, we sell these things. If you need, you know, anything, wire ties, wire loom, accessories, harnesses, switches, all this stuff, we have all this stuff. If you need it, I'll be happy to throw anybody a deal. If you just need some helpful advice, I'd be happy to give you that as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video.